I am running 15 OpenClaw AI agents across 3 businesses, and my setup was an absolute mess when I first started. Every conversation was in one long thread. Business strategy mixed with the client onboarding, mixed with the bug fixes, mixed with the content planning. I couldn't find anything, and I'm scrolling through hundreds of messages just to get back to a single topic. But then I started using threads. One organizational change, and my entire workflow went from chaos to clean. Here is exactly how I did it, and stay to the end because you're not going to want to miss this. So when you start using AI agents, everything lives in one conversation, whether it's on Telegram, Discord, or iMessage. And if you're wondering my preference, it is Telegram. And first, you think you're not going to utilize this feature that I'm talking about. And trust me, I thought the exact same thing. But if I could go back, I would start using it from the beginning, hands down, because you end up talking to your agent about a client project, then you switch to asking about a report, and then you switch to debugging something, and then you go back to the client project, and it's all in one continuous chat. And that's fine when you're just doing one or two things. But when you're running multiple businesses and you have multiple agents handling multiple different workflows, or you just scale your agent team to more than 2 to 3 agents, this could become a real disaster, okay? I've experienced it firsthand. And I'd need to reference something that my agent said about a client 3 days ago, and I'm sitting here just scrolling through 500 messages just trying to find it. Or I'd be in the middle of debugging an issue, and then a client question would come in my mind, and now my context is just all mixed together, and it's a complete mess, right? It's the same problem you'd have if every single email you ever received went into one inbox with no folders, no labels, and no organization. You just lose your mind and go crazy trying to find things, and that's exactly what was happening to me. And the worst part of all of this is that it doesn't just waste your time, it can also confuse the agent too. When your agent has a massive wall of mixed context, sometimes it pulls from the wrong conversation and it'll reference a client project when you're asking about a totally different one because everything is just jumbled together. Also, if you are enjoying the free content, please do not forget to smash the subscribe button and hit that bell notification to get notified whenever I upload a video, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right now. And follow me on X if you're actually wanting to interact with me other than in the comment section below. Some people have already found me on X and are reaching out for help, so if you are on X, definitely give me a follow. Also, I'm thinking about starting a Telegram channel to give you guys inside updates on what I'm thinking about making content-wise, and I would love to get your feedback on things in order for me to actually know what else to create out of all the ideas I have. So if you're interested in that, definitely drop a comment down below and let me know that you would actually be interested in just being in that Telegram. Now, if you're running OpenClaw through Telegram, which most people are, here is the fix. All right, Telegram has a built-in feature called threads or topics, and you can create separate threads within the same chat, and each thread stays organized as its own conversation. The key insight is this. It's still the same agent session, okay? Your agent retains context across threads, but on your end, the front end, everything is clean and separated. You can have a thread for client work, a thread for reports, a thread for debugging, a thread for content, a thread for strategy, and each one stays in its own lane. So whenever you want to go back to reference something you were talking about in that specific topic, you can go there and find it relatively quickly. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put an overview on my screen and show you exactly how I set mine up and how you can do it as well. Now, the beauty of this is context switching. Now, I can jump between threads instantly, and I'm in strategy mode. I can switch to go ahead and talk about clients in a specific business, then go over to debugging, and each one has clean, relevant context and absolutely no noise. Now, you've seen how mine look. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to set it up with the overlay that you see now. And here's how to create threads in your Telegram, so that way your OpenClaw setup with your agent is extremely clean. So what you're going to want to do is very, very simple, okay? I'm going to just go ahead and show you. First, we're going to go ahead and you're going to go to, let's just say, Genghis Khan, my guy, Genghis. All right. And I don't have threads for Genghis. Actually, no, we're going to go to Machiavelli because it's easier. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to go to bot settings. And when you go to bot settings, you're going to come in here and you're going to see thread settings, and you're going to want to turn threaded mode on. That is all you have to do. Now, the main chat, which I will show you right now. Now, as you can see here, the main chat, this new chat here, this is going to say this every time. So if you want to start a new thread, you just type the message in here. okay? But now you can see I have a bunch of different threads. My general talk, Obsidian, one of my clients, another stuff here that I'm not gonna really talk about right now, essentially just agency stuff, infrastructure, content team, R&D, X growth, and PWO, which is another business. Okay, so at the end of the day, you could see how nice this is, right? Because if not, this is how the chat would look. It would just be a bunch of different messages you'd have to scroll through to try and figure these things out. And I'm telling you, like I said, like again, at first you would think that this is no big deal, right? But when it does come down to it, after you've been utilizing this, imagine just a month of chatting with it and you want to reference something on a specific topic, right? You don't think about this stuff at the beginning. Like I said, I didn't either. That's why I'm telling you to do it at the beginning. Because even if you only have one thread, who cares, right? Everything you can reference is there, but when you want to talk about something else, you can make a new thread. It's just much easier and much cleaner, and I promise you're not going to regret doing this because this is something very minuscule in the beginning that pays massive dividends starting it earlier, so you can reference things as you continue to build and grow, whether it's multiple agents and different topics and things you're working on. Trust me, it's definitely worth the implementation. And again, like after setting up these threads, like I'm gonna just tell you what changed. Like I just stopped wasting time searching for things. When I needed to find a conversation about a specific client or a specific decision, I know exactly which thread it's in. Open, scroll, and get there relatively quickly within 2 to 3 minutes. And my agent's responses got much more focused as well. This is very important because the context in each thread is relevant to that topic. No more cross-contamination where it references the wrong project. It's annoying. It's very irritating because then you have to correct it. And the biggest win here is my stress level dropped, right? I'm just have OCD, okay? So having a clean, organized workspace makes everything much easier and it makes a bigger difference than people think. And when everything feels extremely chaotic, it is extremely chaotic. When it's organized by topic, it feels very manageable, even when you're running 15 agents across multiple businesses like myself. And this is one of those changes that seems very small but affects everything. And it's like cleaning your desk. The work is the same, but you think more clearly when your environment is much more organized. I don't know if you've ever noticed that or if you've ever experienced it, but trust me, this is the exact same thing and the best metaphor I can give you. And if you want to set up OpenClaw from scratch with all these lessons baked in from the start, then I need you to watch my complete OpenClaw AI agent setup tutorial. Links down in the description below. Subscribe if you want to see what I'm building next because this is just the beginning. Drop a comment and tell me how organized your AI workspace is. And if you're interested in looking at more beginner content because you're a beginner and you're currently just trying to get as much value as possible, then go ahead and check out the link down in the description below. That is going to be linking to my beginner videos playlist for OpenClaw users. You're definitely not going to want to miss that. There's a boatload of value in there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching from the bottom of my heart, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.